but I'm more ecstatic that I'll be able to move forward and serve my society in the way that I see best fit. It is a tremendous opportunity for me to have a second chance at not having charges, at being free. But I think that in many instances, minorities are not allowed this privilege. It shouldn't just be the honor student who goes to the University of Virginia and has some great academic record who has the opportunity to have his charges dropped for something that happened so unjustly. This should be the opportunity that every minority in the country should be able to experience. This should be something that isn't a privilege to those who have certain accolades and have the certain image that makes them sort of passable in a way. And so for the rest of my life, I hope to work to serve the minority community, but also society, and shedding light on what is injustice and serving those who are overlooked and mistreated throughout our country. So thank you.
We'll take a few questions.
Do you think they targeted you because of your race?
I think that race was definitely a factor in this situation. I do not believe it was the only factor. I think that other factors that played a big part in this situation were poor training by the force, as well as the over-militarization of police forces generally.
Then how do you feel about the failure to charge any of the officers involved in causing your injuries?
I think that there is a bigger lesson to be learned that does not require the punishing of these officers. And I think that part of what happened with me can't be blamed on the officers. It has to be blamed on society as a whole.
Civil suit?
We're not going to comment on that. One more question.
The city said that they're planning on hosting community conversations starting next week. Do you plan on playing any role in that, in participating in that discussion when the city and the Commonwealth's attorney presents the evidence?
So Wednesday is actually my 21st birthday. I will be there. And I plan to have further conversations as well if they take the time to do so.
And maybe
you said that you plan to dedicate your life to justice. Is that as a result directly of this experience? How has this experience changed your life?
I've always been passionate about social justice and the plight of minority communities throughout our country, but I think that this took it to another level. It finally made me realize that regardless of what you do in this nation, regardless of what labels you have, what titles, certain members of our community will always be seen the same way. And that is until we do something about it. And so now I'm 10 times more passionate and driven to get things done.
How did you initially find out that the charges were going to be dropped, and what was your gut reaction at that moment?
I was elated, very, very excited. When you think about it, this has been over my head for about 3 months. It's a very stressful situation to know that you have criminal charges looming while I'm going into my 4th year of college, and in the fall it's about time to start applying for full-time jobs. And so you never really want to have that situation lingering around. But at the same time, I was excited that we could finally experience as a country a moment of justice that was rightly served.
Just lastly, from beginning to end, how's all the attention and all the support been for you now that it's now all over? How can you look back and think about it?
I think I've mentioned this to someone, but the night that I was processed, I made it home at about 6 a.m. I took a 2-hour nap. I woke up at 8 a.m. and I had about 300 text messages, and that didn't include social media and things of that sort. And so it was a very overwhelming moment for me. I wasn't quite sure how to handle it, but I think that after about 2 or 3 months of being able to process things and understand what this situation was, I'm happy that it happened. It was a large moment of injustice, in my opinion, but I think that injustice is going to feel something that's so much more beautiful and so much more powerful within our community, but also throughout the entire nation.
Do you have a normal 4th year, or do you even really want one?
I don't expect to have the most normal 4th year.
Just get a haircut. Get a haircut. They don't recognize you.
Catch me at UVA basketball.
We good? All right, guys. Thanks. Let's go this way if you want.